We're going to make the fastest salmon dinner you ever saw. And what we're going to do is going to use minute brown rice. So we're going to make it fast but healthy. In this pan, we have some sliced scallions. The white and some of the green part is in here. It's already sauteed in a little canola oil. It smells so good with a little garlic. We're going to put 2 cups of minute brown rice in that hot pan and stir it around in the oil. And to get going even faster, we have a steaming bowl of water with some ginger in there. We're going to pour that in. And our asparagus is going to steam on top. So we got that going. We have our asparagus already trimmed. And if you see here, we just take off that whitish part at the bottom. It gets a little fibrous and tough. We don't need it. That's going to go in. And the lid is going to go on. Sprinkle a little salt on there. Then we'll move on to our salmon. And we have 4 salmon fillets in our hot pan. Put a little pepper on there. A little bit of salt. Just a little because we're going to add soy sauce to this later. Our pan is nice and hot so we get sizzle from it. And that salmon is going to cook for about 5 minutes. So then we'll get brown on one side, and then we'll flip it over and use these tongs. And by the time our salmon is ready, our rice and asparagus will be done. Dinner will be on the table. We know everybody's busy these days. Kids have activities, you've got activities. You got to eat, get dinner on the table, and get out the door. This dish is going to help you. We'll let that salmon start to brown on one side. Let that go for just another minute. And it doesn't have to brown too long because we're going to add that soy sauce and let it finish in the oven. I'm going to flip it over gently so we don't tear the fish. We're going to add in our soy sauce and our honey. And if you like it spicy, you can add a little hot red pepper flakes into that. Turn that up a bit. And let it start to simmer. A good variation on this dish is to replace the honey with fresh, pure maple syrup. Don't just get pancake syrup because a lot of it is maple flavored and not real maple. So look for pure maple syrup. That going again. We're going to baste the sauce on our salmon so that glaze gets all around it. And as it starts to simmer, it's going to reduce and get thick. We'll have a yummy glaze. See it start to bubble it up there because it's getting thicker. A lot of that water is coming out. It's making a nice syrup. Keep your eye on that for me. I'm going to get a little red pepper flake, sprinkle it in. Not too much. We don't want to burn anybody's mouth, but we want it to get a little bit of spice to play off the sweetness of the honey. And you can see how quickly that's cooking. Keep basting it so we get a nice glaze on top. This is a great after-work meal. You've got your veggies and your starch in one pan, cooking away while you work with your fish. You can't eat fast and healthfully. It's a big concern these days. A lot of fast food, but you don't have to eat fast food. And you can make dinners like this at home. You can check our rice and see how that looks. The water's almost boiled out. A few more minutes and that'll be done. Our asparagus is steaming on top. It'll be a little bit crunchy. We don't want to overcook it. We want it to still have a little crispiness left. Wow, you can see how that's ablaze now. And as soon as the water evaporates from this rice dish, we'll be ready to eat. It takes very little prep. The only preparation we had to do is chop up our green onions. We're going to save the top for a little garnish to sprinkle on top of our dish. Get that restaurant style. That's about done. We're going to press it. It's firm, but you can still see it still springs back. We're going to shut it off and let the residual heat of the pan finish cooking it. You don't want to overcook that salmon. Look at that syrupy glaze. That is going to be so good. See how this rice is doing, and that's just about done. See, our asparagus is still green. We're going to let the water evaporate from there just a little bit. I'm going to grab a plate because that's almost ready. You see we have our fluffy brown rice, our asparagus still green, crisp, and our honey and soy glazed salmon goes right on top. And drizzle a little bit of that glaze on top. And sprinkle those extra green onions. And dinner is done.